Have you ever wondered why the more you care about someone, the more they seem to pull away from you? Why is it that the moment you start giving your full attention, your time, your energy, they become distant, cold, and hard to reach? It feels confusing, it feels unfair, and deep down it makes you question your own worth. But here's the truth: most people never realize. You are not dealing with someone who doesn't feel. You are dealing with someone who feels too much and doesn't know how to handle it. There are people in this world who don't run because they don't care. They run because caring feels dangerous to them. These are the avoidants. On the outside, they look strong, independent, unbothered, like they don't need anyone. But inside, there is a silent battle happening, a constant push and pull between wanting connection and fearing it at the same time. They crave love just like anyone else. They want to feel understood. They want closeness. But the moment things start getting real, the moment emotions start getting deep, something inside them shuts down. Not because you did something wrong, but because their mind is wired to protect them from losing control. And here is where it gets interesting. Avoidants don't have a loud ego. They don't show off. They don't demand attention in obvious ways. Their ego is quiet, hidden, but it is powerful. It tells them, stay in control. It tells them, don't depend on anyone. It tells them, if you get too close, you will get hurt. So what do? They create distance. They act like they don't care. They convince themselves that they are better off alone. And the more you try to break that wall, the stronger they build it. That's why chasing never works. The more you try to prove your love, the more they feel overwhelmed. The more you try to get closer, the more they feel like they are losing control. And the moment they feel that loss of control, like they pull away even faster. But here's the part that changes everything. What if the reason they keep their distance is not because they don't value you, but because they feel too safe knowing you will always be there? Think about that. When someone believes they can never lose you, they stop fearing your absence. And when there is no fear of loss, there is no urgency to act, no urgency to chase, no urgency to fight for you. And this is where most people make the biggest mistake of their life. They give more, they try harder, they become more available. They think, if I just love them enough, they will change. But in reality, they are doing the exact opposite of what creates attraction in an avoidant mind. Because attraction for them is not built on pressure. It is built on emotional uncertainty. They don't move closer when they feel secure in your presence. They move closer when something inside them gets shaken, when something disrupts their sense of control, when something makes them feel they might actually lose you. And no one talks about this. No one tells you that the key is not in chasing harder, but in understanding what truly triggers their emotions. What touches that hidden ego? What makes them stop, think, and feel something they can't ignore? Because the truth is, the moment something inside an avoidant shifts, everything changes. The same person who once ignored your messages starts thinking about you. The same person who acted distant starts feeling your absence. The same person who seemed unaffected suddenly begins to care in a way that surprises even them. But this shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you stop playing the role they expect from you. It happens when your energy changes. It happens when they can no longer predict you, control you, or feel certain about you. And in this video, you are going to understand exactly what creates that shift. Not through manipulation, not through games, but through deep psychological awareness that very few people truly understand. By the end of this video, you will see avoidant behavior in a completely different way. You will stop blaming yourself. You will stop chasing what keeps running away. And most importantly, you will learn the one powerful shift that makes them feel drawn to you instead of distant from you. So stay with this, because what you're about to understand next can completely change the way people respond to you and the way you see yourself. Now that you understand what's really happening beneath the surface, it's time to face something most people avoid hearing. You cannot move an avoidant by giving them more comfort. You move them when something inside them feels disrupted, and that disruption does not come from force. It comes from a shift in how they see you. At the core of their behavior is one powerful belief: I am in control of my emotions and no one can affect me unless I allow it. This belief becomes their shield. It protects them from vulnerability. It keeps them feeling safe. But it also creates distance in every connection they enter. They build their identity around this control, around the idea that they can walk away at any time, that nothing and no one can truly shake them. And as long as this belief stays untouched, they remain distant, calm, and unaffected. But here's what most people don't realize. Behind that calm surface, there is a hidden fear. A fear they rarely admit, even to themselves. It is not the fear of being alone. It is the fear of being replaced without a fight. The fear that someone they once felt secure about can actually move on and become unavailable to them. This fear is deeply connected to their ego, not the loud kind that seeks attention, but the quiet kind that wants to feel irreplaceable. The kind that believes, no matter what I do, this person will always be there. And when that belief stays strong, their emotional investment stays low, because there is no challenge, no tension, no reason to step forward. But the moment that belief starts to crack, something shifts inside them. When they begin to sense that you are no longer easily available, that your attention is no longer guaranteed, their mind starts reacting in a completely different way. They begin to question things they once ignored. They begin to notice the silence they once created. And this is where people misunderstand the idea of hurting the ego. It is not about disrespect. It is not about being cold or playing games. It is about removing the constant reassurance they have grown used to. It is about stepping out of the pattern they expect from you. When you stop reacting the same way, they lose their sense of predictability. And when predictability disappears, curiosity begins. They start asking themselves questions they never asked before. Why does it feel different now? Why am I thinking about them more? Why do I feel this distance? This is not manipulation. This is human psychology. People value what feels uncertain. They are drawn to what they cannot fully control. And for someone who is used to controlling emotional distance, this shift becomes powerful. Because now, they are the ones feeling something they cannot easily explain. They are the ones experiencing a lack of control. And that feeling is uncomfortable for them. It creates a silent tension inside their mind, a need to understand what changed, a need to restore the balance they once had. And in that process, they begin to move closer, even if they don't fully realize it. This is the trigger that changes everything, not chasing, not convincing, not proving your worth, but stepping back in a way that makes them feel your absence without force. When your presence is no longer constant, it gains value. When your energy is no longer predictable, it gains attention. And when your focus is no longer centered on them, it gains power. This is where attraction begins to rebuild, not from pressure, but from space, because space creates reflection, and reflection creates emotion. They begin to remember your value in ways they never did before. They begin to connect with feelings they once avoided. And slowly, their behavior starts to shift. Not because you asked them to, but because something inside them was touched, something deeper than logic. And once that happens, they can no longer ignore what they feel. But understanding this is only the beginning, because creating this shift is one thing. Maintaining it without losing yourself is another. And that is where most people fail without even realizing it. And this is where the real transformation begins. Not in them, but in you. Because once that inner shift is triggered, once they start feeling that unfamiliar pull, everything depends on how you respond next. Most people at this stage make a critical mistake. The moment they notice a small change, a message, a reaction, a little more attention, they rush back in. They give everything again. They return to the same pattern that once pushed the other person away. And without realizing it, they reset everything. Because attraction does not grow in over-availability. It grows in balance. It grows when there is space to feel, space to think, space to miss. When you rush back in too quickly, you remove that space. You remove the tension that created the shift in the first place. Now think about this carefully. When your energy was always present, it became normal to them, something expected, something certain. But when that energy changed, when it became less predictable, it created a new emotional experience inside them, one that felt unfamiliar, one that made them pay attention. So if you go back to being the same person too soon, you take away that new experience. That is why the next step is not about doing more. It is about doing less, but with awareness, When they start coming closer, you stay grounded. You do not overreact. You do not overinvest. You allow things to unfold naturally without forcing connection. This creates a powerful psychological effect because now they begin to feel something they are not used to feeling. Uncertainty from your side. They start noticing that your world does not revolve around them anymore, that your attention is not easily given, that your presence is something they have to earn, not something that is always there waiting. And this changes their internal dialogue. Instead of feeling in control, they begin to feel curious. Instead of feeling distant, they begin to feel involved. Instead of feeling nothing, they begin to feel something they cannot ignore. This is where their mind starts working against them. They replay past moments. They think about your absence. They question their own behavior. And slowly, they begin to invest emotionally, not because they decided to, but because their mind keeps pulling them back to you. This is how attachment begins to grow from their side. Not through pressure, but through internal conflict. Because humans are naturally drawn to resolve what feels incomplete. And when your presence becomes inconsistent in a calm, controlled way, it creates that sense of incompleteness inside them. They start wanting clarity. They start wanting to understand you again. They start wanting to feel close in a way they once avoided. And here is the key point. You are not creating this by acting distant in a cold way. You are creating this by respecting your own space, by valuing your own time, by not making someone else the center of your emotional world. This is what makes the shift real. Because when your actions come from self-respect, they feel different. They carry a different energy, an energy that cannot be faked. And that energy is what draws people in. As they start coming forward, you stay steady. You don't chase their pace. You don't try to control the outcome. You allow them to experience their own emotions without interference. This creates a natural progression. They begin to reach out more. They begin to show interest in ways they never did before. They begin to open up, even if it's slowly. And all of this happens because something inside them changed, not because you forced them to change. But there is something even deeper happening here. As they move closer, they are also facing their own fears, the same fears that made them distant in the beginning. The fear of losing control, the fear of feeling too much, the fear of being vulnerable. And this is why patience becomes powerful. Because if you rush this process, if you try to define everything too quickly, they will retreat again. Not because they don't feel something, but because the intensity becomes overwhelming. So instead of pushing forward, you hold your ground. You stay calm. You stay centered. You allow things to build naturally. This creates safety without pressure. And when someone who fears closeness starts to feel safe without being controlled, they begin to open in ways that feel real. That is when their behavior truly changes. That is when they start choosing you, not because they have to, but because they want to. And when that desire comes from within them, it becomes strong, it becomes consistent, it becomes something they cannot easily walk away from. But even now, there is one final truth that decides whether this connection grows or collapses completely. And now comes the part that most people are not ready to accept, the part that decides everything. Because even after all this understanding, even after creating that shift, even after seeing them move closer, you can still lose it all if you forget one thing. This is not about controlling someone else's feelings. This is about mastering your own. If your actions are still driven by fear, fear of losing them, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, then no strategy will work for long. Because sooner or later, that fear will show up in your behavior. It will make you overthink. It will make you react. It will make you chase again, even when you promised yourself you wouldn't. And the moment that happens, the dynamic changes. Not because they stopped caring, but because your energy shifted back to what it was before. This is why the real power is not in what you do on the outside. It is in what you build on the inside. When you truly reach a point where your happiness is not dependent on their attention, something changes. The way you speak changes. The way you respond changes. The way you carry yourself changes. You stop trying to impress. You stop trying to prove. You stop trying to hold on. And that is when you become naturally attractive, because confidence is not loud. It is calm. It is steady. It does not chase. It chooses. When you operate from this place, you no longer feel the need to control the outcome. You are okay whether they stay or leave, not because you don't care, but because you value yourself enough to not lose your identity in the process. And this is the energy that creates lasting impact. Because now when they come closer, they are not meeting the same version of you. They are meeting someone who has boundaries, someone who has self-respect, someone who does not give everything away instantly. This creates a deeper level of attraction, not based on excitement alone, but based on respect. They begin to see you differently. They begin to understand that your presence is not something they can take for granted, that your attention is meaningful, that your time has value. And when someone starts seeing you this way, their behavior naturally aligns with that perception. They put in effort, they show consistency, they become more present, not because you ask them to, but because they feel the need to. And this is where everything becomes real, because now it is no longer about creating a reaction. It is about building a connection that has depth, a connection that is not forced, but chosen. But here is something you must always remember. You are not responsible for fixing someone who is not ready to face themselves, no matter how strong your presence is, no matter how balanced your actions are. If they are not willing to grow, they will eventually return to their old patterns. And that is not your failure. That is their limitation. Your job is not to chase potential. Your job is to recognize reality, to see people for who they are, not for who you hope they will become. Because when you hold on to an idea instead of the truth, you lose yourself in the process, and nothing is worth that. So instead of asking, how do I make them stay? Ask yourself, do they deserve to stay in my life? This question changes everything. It shifts your focus from seeking validation to setting standards. It moves you from a place of need to a place of power. And when you start living from this mindset, you no longer attract confusion. You attract clarity. You attract people who meet you at your level. You attract connections that feel natural, not forced. And most importantly, you protect your peace. Because at the end of the day, no connection should cost you your self-worth. No person should make you feel like you have to fight for basic attention. And no relationship should require you to lose yourself just to keep it alive. The moment you understand this, you stop chasing what runs away. You stop holding on to what is unstable. You stop settling for less than what you deserve. And that is when everything changes. Because the truth is, the right connection will never need to be forced. It will grow with mutual effort. It will build with mutual respect. It will exist without you having to abandon yourself. So walk away from anything that makes you feel small. Stand firm in who you are. And remember this, the moment you choose yourself fully, you become someone no one can ignore and no one can easily forget.